I was rehearsing with another band, and Vince was with Depeche then, who weren't Depeche. It was just Martin and Fletch and Vince, and we were doing a gig together or something like that, and we all we were in the same rehearsal room, just a schoolroom in some school in Basildon, you know, and a friend of mine started jamming Heroes, you know, and everyone joined in, and I jumped up and started singing, and a couple of days later Vince rang me up and said, do you want to join the band, you know, we need a singer. First down where Al was in the band, and he was very much involved in the recording and stuff, and also we just discovered sampling, and that really was quite a new thing. So for us it was, we were going out and sampling sounds and creating stuff from building sites and stuff like that, and very influenced at the time by bands like Neubaut and Test Department and those kind of metal bashing bands. We found quite interesting to mix those influences with what we were doing in a very pop way. Certain sort of cultness to our audience has just grown with us, really, and our success has kind of built over the years as well. It's not something that happened overnight. It's taken a long while, and a lot of those people that were buying our first records are still buying our records as well, and we've gained a new audience every time we put another record out. We've managed to get more of the tour and to play a big show in California, and the Rose Bowl happened to be it in the end, but everybody was very nervous. I think after the first week, when we sold 40,000 tickets in about 5 days, everyone stopped getting nervous. Towards the end of the Violator tour, because it was all just getting a bit too much. If you go out on the road and you start, you know, fucking around with all these girls and stuff, and you know, which you do, and you know, there's that, and you party all night, and you know, we're no different to any other rock and roll band like that, or pop band, or whatever you want to call us. And I just came to terms with the fact that, you know, I wasn't really enjoying it anymore, that side of things, and felt really bad about it. Things had to change, and you know, I had to change myself. I just wanted to clean myself out and start again, and be able to focus fully on Depeche Mode and doing what I love, and that's making music. Assume you're some kind of robot, and you go when you're in a band, and you don't have any feelings or emotions or a private life, you know. Yeah. And of course, you know, just like anybody else, you know, and all that stuff. As you get older and reach 30, and things that were important to you when you were 25 are no longer. And it's evident, I think, within the music as well. And this album was probably the hardest album to make. It took a whole year and spread over a long period of time. And all of us had been apart for about a year before that as well. Musically, we hadn't been together, so it was kind of discovering our friendship again, and just getting to know each other, and all that stuff took a long while, and there was a lot of angst and pain and stuff going on during the making of the album, but also a lot of really optimistic feelings once the things started coming together.
Martin's lyrics.
Yeah. I think, you know, that all of us have got a lot more involved in the, you know, overall sound of Depeche Mode, especially Alan and myself and Flood, who produced the album, and I think that it's really evident, especially with this song, you know, the band performing together, and that's really why we wanted to make a more of a performance video to show a side of Depeche Mode that really visually hasn't been that well explained, I don't think, over the years. At this time there was a lot more gospel-y and bluesy stuff that Martin was writing, and I was very conscious that we should go in the studio and play together and create some atmosphere and feeling around those songs before we started to fiddle around with the computers and stuff. And so really that's the approach we took with this album, which was quite different to any of the other previous albums. A title that was very kind of religious sounding, because we felt that a lot of the music that we was making in the studio was going that way, and once, after we'd recorded a few songs and we felt that we were finding a path that we wanted to take, it became very apparent to us that there was a real kind of heavy spiritual feeling there. It was like an exorcism for me, really, the making of Songs of Faith and Devotion, but I've come out the other side, so and I feel really happy now about it, and that's all you can do, isn't it, in this life?
Yeah.
Try and stay happy and have a good time. Yep, we have, and I'm proud of it, you know. There's been a lot of really fantastic times. There've been a lot of bad times, but you know, the good times way outweigh the bad times, and I hope we continue to be able to work together in the future and everything as well. You know, it's become, you know, it's my life. This is what I do.
Heroes. No one would have thought, maybe 13 years ago, that you would become a band that draws 75,000 people to Pasadena Rose Bowl?
I don't think we even thought that either.